Hi everyone, this is your week 5 update. So let's talk about where we've been and where we're going. So this past week we studied quadratic equations and inequalities. This week we're going to cover systems of linear equations and also systems of inequalities. Your assignments for this week are homework for two sections, 8.1 and 8.5, the week 5 quiz, and again this week you have a week 5 discussion about chickens and rabbits. For this week, you're also going to get ready to take your proctored midterm next week. And so this week, you're going to take a sample test, a respond to sample test in My Math Lab so that you understand how the system works and you make sure your computer's set up properly. You also do have to pay $10 for the proctoring option in My Math Lab, but that will cover the sample test, the midterm, and the final. Once you pay the $10, you'll automatically be able to get into the proctored assignments. When you take a proctored exam in Respondus, it's very similar to the Proctorio process. You're going to do an ID check, you're going to do a room scan, and you want to show the area around your computer. You're allowed to use scrap paper and a calculator, but you can't use any other materials during the midterm or the final. Now, after you take the respondent's sample test, I want to give you a chance to upload your scrap paper so that in the event that you get a question wrong, I can look at your work and possibly give you partial credit. So after you submit the sample test, the respond to sample test, you'll scan or take photos of the scrap paper pages, make sure they're labeled with your name and identify the question that the work corresponds to. And then you want to upload it to the respond to sample test scrap paper Dropbox, which is available in the week 5 folder in Blackboard. You need to do that within 15 minutes of submitting the respond to sample test. If you don't submit the scrap paper within the 15-minute window, I won't use it in order to possibly award you some partial credit. So it's important to monitor that 15-minute window. You also have to submit the respond to sample test in order to have access to the midterm preparation quiz and also the proctored midterm in My Math Lab. So you have to complete that sample test in order to unlock the midterm preparation quiz, which will be available next week to help you get ready for the midterm, and also the proctored midterm. So it's very, very important to get that respond to sample test done as soon as you can this week. There's only 2 questions on it. It's not part of your course grade. I just want you to have the experience of using the Respondus proctoring tool, which is very similar again to Proctorio, but a little bit different. And all you do is click on the assignment, click on the test, and then the Respondus will automatically start up and you'll go through the steps to get going with the process. So where are we going next week? We're going to look at some basic functions and some graphs of those functions. And then of course, you'll also be taking your proctored midterm exam. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions.